Though my soul may set in darkness, it will rise in perfect light. I have loved the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night, fearful of the night. Though my soul may set in darkness, it will rise in perfect light. I have loved the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night, fearful of the night. Hey, welcome, dear people, to Chants and Prayers. This is our midwinter Solstice episode. I'm very excited to be here. We're on Zoom. We've got my musical friend Aimée Ringle, who's going to sing with us later. Hello, welcome, Aimée. I'd like to say, whatever faith tradition you do or do not have, you are welcome here. Diversity is a key ingredient for life to thrive, and that is true for spiritual stuff as well. And as we begin, I do want to do a land acknowledgement, and I made this little video for you, mostly for Aimée, so she can see my house, because Amy's never been to my house in Vermont. And where our house is an old dairy farm on colonized land. It's Abenaki land in the forest up in the Green Mountains. We have the largest mudroom in the whole world. Not that you need to know that in a land acknowledgement. But this is the land where I live and pray and have my being. I think of this as my monastery. Send a blessing to the ancestors. And also remember that this is colonized land. So that was a little glimpse into the house to try and encourage Aimée to come and visit me. Yeah, and we'll open with this prayer by John Philip Newell. We look for the light that was in the beginning, the mighty fire that blazes still from the heart of life, glowing in the whiteness of the moon, glistening in the night stars, hidden in the black earth, concealed in unknown depth of our soul. In the darkness of the night, in the shadows of our being, O God, let us glimpse the eternal. In both the light and the shadow of our being, let us glimpse the glow of the eternal. Amen. And to set the scene, because it is solstice, I'm going to invite Lyndon to come into my little monastic cell here and sing this beautiful setting of Robert Frost's poem with me. Here we go. Whose these are, I think I know. Whose these are, I've got the chords wrong, let's start again. Whose these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. You will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake on the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. And the only other sound's the sweep of easy wind on downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Thank you.
Happy solstice, everyone.
Happy solstice, Lyndon. So lovely to see you.
Hey, I'm going to do this entrance song, and then I'm going to invite you up, Aimée, to sing at the top of your voice so that we can hear you as loud as we can hear you. But I'm going to sing a song by a mutual friend of ours, Alexa Sunshine Rose, Arms of Love. And to help us get in the mood, I've got a little video of the dog digging in the hillside and the pond from this morning. Come now, child, lay it down. Just breathe, just be. Come be cradled in the arms of love. Just breathe, just be. Come now, child, lay it down. Just breathe, just be. Come be cradled in the arms of love. Just breathe, just be. Come now, child, lay it down. Just breathe, just be. Come be cradled in the arms of love. Just breathe, just be. One more time. Come now, child, lay it down. Just breathe, just be. Come be cradled in the arms of love. Just breathe, just be. I'm going to remind us that we are animal creatures. We're not that different from my wee dog there by the pond. And in this time, it is right to eat cookies and put on weight and have a nap. And that's what we should be doing. Aimée, is there anything sparking? Would you like to sing anything with us?
I would love to. First of all, thank you so much for having me here, Simon. I will jump at any chance I can make to sing with you, even across the miles. It's such a joy to see you and hear your voice. Hello, everyone. Happy almost solstice. Right as you were sharing the J. Philip Newell blessing uh, about illumination, the sun came through the curtains in my home, which is such a wonderful thing that I appreciate here in the Northern Hemisphere, that the lower light means that my home gets more light, and because it's colder outside, I have the excuse of enjoying my sunny home without the obligation to go out and walk or garden necessarily. I want to share a song by Andy Fisher Price, a dear friend here on the Olympic Peninsula and a really amazing, luminous songwriter. And he wrote this one, and I'm going to play it on the drum I bought in Scotland at a pub when I was actually on a trip with Simon 12 years ago. Good gracious. The song is called Presence, and it is something you can sing along with after a while. And if you need me to sing louder, just go like this with your thumb or like point upwards, but generally I'll just do the best I can with the softer sound on my end. Okay. How empty can you be? How much space can you hold? How empty can you be? How much space can you hold in your own presence, in your own presence, in your own presence, in your own presence? How empty can you be? How much space can you hold? How empty can you be? How much space can you hold in your own presence, in your own presence, in Isn't your life just one? Thank you, oh why isn't your life just one? Thank you for your own presence, for your own presence, for your own presence, for your own presence, and why isn't your life just one? Thank you, oh why isn't your life just one? Thank you for your own presence, for your own presence, for your own presence, for your own presence. How empty can you be? How much space can you hold? How empty can you be? How much space can you hold in your own presence, in your own presence, in your own presence, in your own presence.
Beautiful. Hey, that sparked this one in me, Into the Dark. This was this time last year. That fire is a year ago. Into the dark womb of night, we rest, we breathe, we watch. The mystery draws us inward as we wait for the light to return. Into the winter of earth, the seeds have fallen away. The roots in the ground reclaim their life, retreating to rest in the soil. Into the dark womb of night, we rest, we breathe, we watch. The mystery draws us inward as we wait for the light to return. Into the winter of earth, the seeds have fallen away. The roots in the ground reclaim their life, retreating to rest in the soil. Into the dark womb of light, we rest, we breathe, we watch. The mystery draws us inward as we wait for the light to return. Now, today is an unusual day here because it's above freezing. This picture of what you're seeing here is more like it's been down to single digits a lot. And I'm just surprised, especially at the chickadees. I'm keeping you on the cold and the snow for a second because I'm looking for a quote. I'll probably say it again later, but this is by Lewis Carroll. I wonder if the snow loves the trees and fields, that it kisses them so gently. I wonder if the snow loves the trees and the fields, that it kisses them so gently. And then it covers them up snug, with a white quilt. And perhaps it says, "Go to sleep, darlings, till the summer comes again." I just love that quote because for me, if anything is evidence of the sacred is water, and especially the protection of it in the winter when it does become a thick layer of ice protecting the sea creatures, and a blanket where we can rest and be and not do. Talking about doing, there is something I do a lot of in the winter. I've got a little video of this just to, another one for me to persuade Aimée to come and visit me. But this is our hearth. The hearth is a very sacred place in a home. And I spend a lot of time moving wood, stacking wood, 3 cords of wood. A cord is 8 foot by 8 foot by 4 foot. And we go through 3.5 cords in the winter. It's our main source of heat. And for me, this really demonstrates the goodness of creation that underlies us, that even in this time of darkness where nothing is growing and alive in Vermont, where chickadees survive outside, this good earth keeps us warm and protects us. Aimée, you got a song about anything that I'm talking about here?
I do. And we might end up getting around to one of my songs, but I feel really grateful to be a song carrier, which means that this whole time I could spend and gleefully will sharing songs of other people. This is a song by my dear friend James Ryan O'Keefe. And again, I'll continue to put links and things in people's in the chat, but he hasn't recorded this song yet. He sang it to me this summer, this spring on a road trip across the country. He and I and my bandmate Michaela Kingslight all drove down to Texas and back from Washington to catch the solar eclipse that happened, because the solar eclipse was happening on my birthday and I wanted to be in the path of totality, which I'd never experienced before. So we drove down together all 5,000 miles, doing concerts and song circles along the way, and sharing music with each other for its own sake, including this song, which made me cry and it made me immediately want to learn it. And it speaks to something which feels like a more pervasive problem among the younger generation, which is that the present moment and the quiet is always competed with one of these. As long as I've got one of these that is always wanting my attention, I have a harder road being silent and being quiet because of how stimulating that can be. So he came up with this song, which is just one of my favorites these days, and it's on a similar theme to the last one. And it's in honor for me of the season of the year that bespeaks this kind of work. It's called I Am Here to Feel My Feelings. I am here to feel my feelings, even if it takes all evening, even if it means I must let go of everything I used to know, of everything I used to cope, of everything that won't serve me no more. Set and setting safe and sacred, higher self calm and patient, waiting for the wounded one to show. 'Cause I am here to feel my feelings, even if it takes all evening, even if it means I must let go of everything I used to know, of everything I used to cope, of everything that won't serve me no more. Set and setting safe and sacred, higher self calm and patient, waiting for the wounded one to show. 'Cause I am here to feel my feelings, even if it takes all evening, even if it means I must let go. One more time, all the way through. Of everything I used to know, of everything I used to cope, of everything that won't serve me no more. Set and setting safe and sacred, higher self calm and patient, waiting for the wounded one to show. 'Cause I am here to feel my feelings, even if it takes all evening, even if it means I must let go.
Beautiful. I love
Yeah.
that you chose that one. You know, it's not overtly wintry or Christmassy in any way, but it speaks so much of the gift of this time of year, of that going into the cave of the heart, that gift of um, presence that can be quite uncomfortable and difficult, you know. We've got lots of worries on our heart. And yeah.
And in this culture, we're not necessarily, no, not at all, I think, trained or encouraged to sit and be with our experiences. Even in practices of meditation, it can be about clearing your mind and emptying the vessel, not being attached to things, instead of what is it, again, to be present with it?
Mm-hmm.
What is
Mm-hmm.
it to be with the full arc of an experience of feeling? And how do we take the time and the space for that? So I love that the song actually kind of lays out a template, set and setting, safe and sacred. And God bless him. James is one of the people I know who does that. I learned from him.
Mm-hmm.
This song might bespeak it a little. You can tell he's got a real gift for rhythm and cadence, and he's actually a very gifted freestyle singer. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you can't even tell whether he's singing something off the top of his head or cultivated ahead of time. And I've seen him sit at the altar he's made in his home with his guitar and just take 20 minutes and just
Mm-hmm.
sing and speak what's true and let a musical moment of feeling be authentic for the divine. And
Mm-hmm.
great
I've
example.
seen you do that too. I've seen you do that with him, actually. I want to say that there's a gift in that as a song leader and as a person that has enough humility to make mistakes in front of other people and to create, to riff and to go into the sacred moment. I do it more with prayer than with singing, but sometimes the two combine. And it allows other people to join us and enter into the prayer as well, which is very beautiful. Hey, Amy, there's something that you're reminding me of, which is, as you know, I'm married to Lyndon, and Lyndon always likes to remind me that I'm an animal. She calls me and the dogs her beasts a lot. And she takes delight in our animalness. There's a video, I think, later with the Christmas tree on it, and there's a little snake on the Christmas tree that people see it, they'll be like, what is that doing on there? But my niece made it for Lyndon because she cherishes creatures like snakes and frogs, and it's her witchy self. She can't help it. She just loves creation and the animals. And I think that that is one of the ways of stilling. That is the antidote for me for my technology is the hillside and the wee beasts that live in the house. So I'm going to take us on a little meditation just now, led by the four-leggeds. So we'll go and hang out in the snow. This video is from last year. Forgive me for that, but it's so good. I wanted to show it again now. Be still and know that I am peace. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that be still and know that be still and know. Be still and be still. I wonder if the snow loves the trees and fields, that it kisses them so gently, and then it covers them up snug, with a white quilt, and perhaps it says, "Go to sleep, darlings, till the summer comes again." So picture yourself here with me and the two dogs as night falls on one of the shortest days of the year, entering into one of the longest nights. And we're all dressed up snug, even the dogs have got jackets. And the snow is falling very gently. Notice water in the form of snow, protecting the life in the soil, forming a gentle blanket. There's nothing to be done here, no achievements needed. We're just watching the night fall and feeling the temperature on our skin and the odd snowflake that lands on our nose. Just as the trees are waiting, perfectly whole, completely alive, but without work, so we are waiting. This world was not made out of nothing. This world is made out of the substance of God itself. And the Torah tells us that God made this earth. They made it. And indeed it was beautiful and very good. We forget that word, beautiful. It was beautiful as well as good. And it's this goodness that I'd like us to focus on here at the time of solstice. Just as we are standing open to the mystery, we notice that printed into all life is blessing and protection. It is safe for us to release into the unknown. We don't know what 2025 will bring. But we do know that this good earth and community and our bodies are supporting and nurturing and blessing us every single breath. Here's some words of Rilke. You darkness that I come from, I love you more than all the fires that fence in the world. For the fire makes a circle of light for everyone. And then no one outside learns of you. But the darkness pulls in everything, shapes and fires, animals and myself. How easily it gathers them, powers and people. And it is possible. A great energy is moving nearer me. I have faith in nights. Forgive me for having the image of a fire when Rilke is talking about the real darkness beyond the fire, there in the forest where you cannot see anything. That this is trustworthy. I love that. So let's sing about that. Within our darkest night, you kindle a fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our darkest night, you kindle a fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our darkest night, you kindle a fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our darkest night, you kindle a fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our darkest night, you kindle a fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our darkest night, you kindle a fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our darkest night, you kindle a fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our darkest night, you kindle a fire that never dies away, never dies away. Before we leave the bonfire there, I have some words of Julian of Norwich I want to share. So just in case you don't know, Julian of Norwich lived about 700 years ago during the Black Plague, and she had a near-death experience, and in it, the crucifix that the priest was holding in front of her eyes for last rites came alive, and God spoke to her in the form of Christ and explained many things. She argues often with God too, which is really interesting. But here's where I have been inspired in our meditation today about the goodness of this dark earth. Here's her words. Our good Lord gave me a spiritual vision of God's simple loving. I was shown a small thing, the size of a hazelnut, nestled in the palm of my hand. It was round as a ball. I looked at it with the eyes of my understanding and thought, what can it be? And the answer came to me, it is all that is created. I was amazed that it could continue to exist. It seemed to be so little and on the verge of dissolving into nothingness, snuffing out. And then these words entered my understanding. It lasts and will last forever because God loves it. Everything that has its being, everything has its being through the love of God. And she urges us to rest in holy awe of this and be comforted by the companioning presence of the holy, and also the secret purposes of God that we cannot see while we are alive. This good earth. And there's nothing like the companionship of a fire, the crackling and the warmth on a cold day to kind of believe that there is a comforting, nurturing presence built in to this earth itself. I'm going to go into our shared prayers together for a minute, but we've got Aimée here. So, Aimée, I don't know if you have a song that you would like to share for us about the winter or about what I've been saying.
And I actually, real quick, while I'm tuning for that, I've got a response. It just amazes me to think of that wisdom of Julian of Norwich. I've hardly known a day of hunger in my life. You know, I've known political stability. I've known so much bounty that our ancestors both would wish for us and have trouble relating to. And to know that that teaching about God's love, keeping alive forever, even the smallest thing.
Yeah, it's amazing if you think about the fact that 50% of the people she would have known would have died. You know, her own children, a husband probably. You know, it is quite remarkable that she was able to really receive this reassurance. She has one of the most intriguing and beautiful descriptions of the holy. She's describing Christ as our clothing, all that protects and nurtures us. For us that put on hoodies and stuff made in factories on the other side of the world, it's hard for us to really get that blessing of comfort. Exactly what you were saying there.
The danger of this song is that it's a quiet one. Is it worth trying? Shall I risk it?
Yes, live on the edge.
All right. So yeah, that piece that in the midst of a tenuous life and with people dying all around her, she had that kind of faith. And what will that take for each of us? And what does it take to cultivate a spiritual practice, not just as a artificial limb that we barely use, but as a fully breathing part of us that we put our full weight on? This is a song by my dear friend Samara Jade. She was on a vision fast, no food, no water, up on a hillside for 4 days. In the midst of that, she was, well, no food. She was able to drink tea, and she had a thermos of tea. And during the space where she wasn't able to go outside of a small 6-foot space, there was a lava rock on the ground that had a divot in it. And she would sit every day and pour a cup of tea for herself and pour some tea into the divot for the mystery. And she wrote this song from that, and this song is one of my favorites of hers, which is saying something because most of her songs are my favorites. Then, a few years later, inspired by this song, I did a darkness retreat myself for 5 nights and 4 days in a little monastic cell in a hillside in Oregon in total darkness. I was fed, it was climate controlled, and I had a bed, but it was dark. And I asked for them to give me an extra cup for tea. And every day I would pour a cup of tea for myself and for the mystery after every meal, and I would push the tea to the edge of the table in the dark, which might as well have been the edge of the cosmos. And I would have this companionable time with the infinite. And so I sing this song with appreciation for that opportunity wherever we find it and wherever we seek it. I'm glad you can hear me, Claire. Thank you. The scorpion crawled slow across the horizon. Jupiter was the first bright planet that I set my eyes on. In the northeast rose the tiny kite of the Pleiades, setting sail across the milky limbs of our galaxy. a starry tapestry, me and the mystery. Trace the lip of the Great Dipper to find the North Star. I've wandered off the path alone, and now I'm wondering just how far. I'm making friends with my demons so they may guide me to the places and the people whose magic that I need inside me. Ooh, I'll pour 2 cups of tea for me and the mystery under a starry tapestry, me and the mystery. I fell asleep to the crashing of the ocean, wondering if the waves ever get tired from their constant motion. 'Cause I'm so tired of moving, I just wanna press pause. But my life will keep on playing. If I sleep through it, then it's my loss. Ooh, I'm lost in a reverie, just me and the mystery. I'll pour 2 cups of tea for me and the mystery under a starry tapestry, me and the mystery. Can't remember the start of the 4th verse. Na, 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 as if I was owed a revelation. Oh, I know. I want all the answers, and I want them soon. As if I was owed a revelation by the stars and moon. But I'm stuck in this cocoon of not knowing. Yet even in this stillness, I will trust that these wings are growing. Ooh, I'm just trying to simply be me and the mystery. Getting lost in a reverie, just me and the mystery. I'll pour 2 cups of tea for me and the mystery under a starry tapestry, me and the mystery.
Aimée, I've never heard that one before. And we got enough of it that we could join into the song, be transported to that place of wisdom. It's profoundly magical that humans are given song, that it can transcend so much. And I want to thank you for joining Chants and Prayers today, joining the community here. You are such a blessing for many, for hundreds and hundreds of people. Thank you.
Glad to be here with you, Simon. Thank you for your work. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
And with that, we are going to go into our prayers for one another in the world, and I'm going to read them out. And so type them in. I know that Henry's here, and Henry cannot type his prayers because he's on the phone. Henry, if you've got a prayer request you want to unmute and tell us just now. There you are.
Well, hello. Good morning, everyone. I want to send out a prayer, especially to those that have lost a loved one around the holidays.
Mm-hmm. I invite us to receive it first. Love with me, love before me, love behind me, love in me, love beneath me, love above me, love on my right, love on my left, love when I lie down, love when I arise, love when I take rest, love to shield me, love with you, love before you, love behind you, love in you, love beneath you, love above you, love on your right, love on your left, love when you lie down, love when you arise, love when you take rest, love to shield you. Peace with you, peace before you, peace behind you, peace in you, peace beneath you, peace above you, peace on your right, peace on your left, peace when you lie down, peace when you arise, peace when you take rest, peace to shield you. Christ with you, Christ before you, Christ behind you, Christ in you, Christ beneath you, Christ above you, Christ on your right, Christ on your left, Christ when you lie down, Christ when you arise, Christ when you take rest, Christ to shield you. We open with Henry's prayer for people who've lost a loved one in this time of holidays and where we default to thinking about family. This is a very difficult time of year for many. And Henry, we send you prayers because we know that your godmother, your Aunt Fran, died recently, and prayers for you and for all who grieve. We join Susan in prayers Claire, dear Claire. We join you in prayers for Susan, Naomi, Mary, and their loved ones, supporting them through hard times, and grateful for love and peace and hope, which is always present. We join Margaret in prayers for those beginning again after unfathomable loss. And we join Aimée in prayers for her father, Andrew, who is dealing with some painful hemorrhoids. Oh, poor darling. Natalie, we send you and your family prayers. She writes that she is in the waiting room of the hospital. We pray that all shall be well and that your son, I think it is, gets the care that he needs. We join Ellen in prayers for her daughter Annie and her family, their desire to lean into God and a new way of living their lives. Adam is asking us to pray for him. He says that I may let myself feel all that is within me as I transition out of my marriage. Oh, so tender prayers to you, Adam, that your light may shine bright and that your heart be soothed. We join Aimée in prayers for Lee, who is pregnant and expecting a child. After her last child didn't live more than a week past his birth last year. That all shall be well, dear God. Loretta writes, I pray that I allow myself to fully feel the grief that I try to suppress. Loretta, we surround you in love and light as you open to love and grief. We join Susan in prayers for undocumented people and other vulnerable people and groups in Tucson and other places. May the community unite to help and protect them. Adam is sending prayers to his husband Edwin, that he may be well and heal. We join Sarah in a prayer of gratitude. She says that her husband goes into 5th year of remission after stage 4 lung cancer, and gratitude that my sister who struggles with mental illness and father with Alzheimer's are more stable. Amen for that. We join you in continued prayers. Prayers with Susan for her brother-in-law with, I do not know how to pronounce this condition that he has, Susan. I'll do my best. Prayers for him. He has Guillain-Barré syndrome. Prayers that he can move his legs. We join Shane in continued healing for Valerie's back, Beth's thumb, and Amanda's foot. Kim's heart. Bless you for your very specific prayers. Jane writes, prayers of gratitude for the life of a dear member of our congregation, Al, who recently passed to the other side. May his spirit rest in peace and song. Echo that, Jane, knowing that he was a fellow guitarist and loved to sing. We join Aimée in prayers for climate activists around the world standing up to corporate greed and cultural apathy, for the protection of this living world and the most vulnerable beings. We join Stella in prayers for all in Madison, Wisconsin who are suffering the tragedy of the school shooting. Oh, our hearts are heavy to hear that. Prayers not only for the family who lost a child or a family member, but also prayers for the family of the shooter, a 15-year-old girl who took their own life. So heartbreaking yet again. Loving God, in your mercy, hear our prayers we do not understand, And we ask for you to comfort all of those. Audrey writes prayers that we can be lights of hope and love over the next couple of weeks until we are here again. Yes, bless this community as we take 2 weeks break. We join Elizabeth for prayers for people in Western North Carolina mountains struggling to recover after the hurricane, and gratitude for everyone who's come to their aid, and for Mother Earth as she heals. Amen. Thank you for bearing with this technology limitations to pray so tenderly and honestly together as a community. Got one more song for us. You saw a little sneak of it there. I do want to say that we're having 2 weeks break first. I'm taking 2 weeks off. I'm finding my dyslexia is getting really bad, and it's a sign that I need to rest. I need to be practicing what I'm preaching about the seeds resting in the earth. So here's a song to help us join in that goodness of blessing and receive the healing and the solace for grief, for heartbreak. Thinking about some of the prayers that we just heard, where the earth has been shattered for people. Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the Son of Peace to you. The moon and stars pour their healing light on you. La 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 la. Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the Son of Peace to you. Moon and stars pour their healing light on you. La 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 la. I want to thank, the land here and the ancestors, but also Lyndon, who was here earlier. She's away now, for singing with me, and Aimée for taking the time to come on to Chants and Prayers today. Thank you so much. We love you. We're so grateful for your medicine, your musical medicine, and the way that you live your life, honoring that. You could choose a different life, and you don't. And I want to say thank you to this community for bearing with all the technical snafus and joining. And there's no way I would gather if you all didn't come week after week after week. You guys are amazing. And one of the amazing people is Beth. Well, I think her name is actually Delana Beth. And she sent me this book. Here's a little picture of her. She's one of the Chants and Prayers people. And she couldn't be here today, but she asked to share a poem, one of her poems. And because she's not there, I'm going to close with, this is Beth's book. She's one of my patrons, a lovely person. Some of you might know her. This is her poem called Longest Night. There it is, hovering across the universe like a long-lost promise, weaving in and among the aurora borealis. Longest night steeps like a well-brewed tea, with hints of chamomile wafting and coaxing me on through Circadian rhythms. Longest night beckons, blankets to warm me, candles to provide silky glow. Day upon day upon day, the earth nest turns, following axial ancient patterns, cresting through celestial caverns, and bursting onto the edge of dawn. There it is, longest night, soon to birth a new solstice season, where memory of tears that once stained precious cheeks can know that water the seed of new possibilities, day upon day upon day, and here I am for yet another round. There it is, longest night, hovering, promising, coaxing me on. Take care, everyone. I'm going to play a little bit of the ending, or maybe I'll just play that in the background, and you all can unmute and say goodbye to each other. Oh, wait. Aimée, you probably recognize this rickety-tailed lantern because I've used it in many ceremonies that you've been part of. We release the light to those that need it. All right, I'll play the music and you all unmute. We can have a cacophony.
Hello all. Oh, bye-bye.
Most high, all powerful,
Blessings,
precious
everyone.
God.
Good to be together. Merry Christmas. Happy solstice.
All the best to everyone.
Good to see everybody.
What a gift to be here. Thank you all.
Such a gift. Thank you.
With all your creatures, especially you, sir, brother, son, who is the day and is your light. Beauty so true to you. There you are, there you are. Praise be to you, my Lord, you are. Sister moon and the stars, bright precious heaven, there you are, there you are. Praise be to you, my Lord, you are. Brother wind and the air, breath of spirit, there you are, there you are. Praise be to you, my Lord, you are. Sister water, gift of life, pure, essential, there you are, there you are. Praise be to you, my Lord, you are. Brother fire friend through the night. Strong and playful, there you are. There you are. Most high, all powerful, precious God. Through Mother Earth we see your face. You who govern all of life, sustain and nurture all that is. With Sister Death, first and last breath. Key unlocking